Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jacko Spade 04 here. Today's segment is going to be about getting better at the game. The first topic I decided to do since there's a lot of regionals, upcoming, and this week, next week, and the rest of the season. Side deck choices, because a lot of people don't realize as good as a deck is, the side deck has more to do with winning than the actual deck itself. So I'm going to look into it. And before y'all ask, yes, I did go and cut off my hair, so rocking the old even low right now. Let's go and get into side deck video. Here we go. Alright, I'm doing network, so y'all bear with me. I feel like going through my cards. First thing, Cyber Dragon. Works good with that guy Fortress Dragon. So if you're playing Machinas, Gadgets, you have two cards set up with a Cyber Dragon. You have to go into Fortress with. Next is Effect Veiler. And I noticed that a lot of people are from switching between Effect Veiler and Max Siege are becoming more of side deck options now, depending on how your deck is built. A lot of people's deck don't really worry about, just going off, especially on the line, so they side the Max Siege or their main Siege when they just don't worry about monster effects, so they side Veiler. So whichever one your deck leans towards, play it. Next one, Aaron. If you're playing a deck that likes to go in defense a lot, you can always put in Aaron in here. I definitely wouldn't suggest doing Mystic Surge from level 2. It kills the monster, doesn't flip, but it's only 900 attack, so you can run over pretty easily. Next is the Eradicator Virus, Chaos Dragons, and also Machines. You pitch it, take control of a dragon or machine monster. Also with Pup Plant, it's going to be a Spellcaster or Warrior, so with both those gives you a pretty good option on a lot of the decks that's been played right now. Next one is pretty good. One of the old anti-mana decks, Fossil Dino. Y'all bear with me, got a little bit of cold going on here. Prevents all monsters being special summoned. So right now, great in the format if you can protect it for a couple turns, especially against a deck like Windups. Fossil Dino does really, really good. Next, Kaiku. So if you just need a little bit of spot removal in the graveyard, you don't want your opponent to be able to remove stuff from the graveyard, Kaiku. Lila is really just for if you're playing a really backfield heavy deck, or if your opponent has macros, you can't get rid of it. So there you go. Next removal, same thing with Raikou, spot removal, either monster or back row. And depending on what deck you're playing, that they can side in macros against you, or even Royal Decree, and you can't stop it with magic or with the magic card. If you want to pull MST or Heavy in time, there you go with Raikou. Next, onto the spell lineup. D Prism. This all around great card. Stops a lot of stuff from happening. Stops hand traps. Veiler Seed, Puppet Plant, Electric Virus. Stops all those things. And also nowadays, a lot of decks are dependent on the graveyard too. So, and you have to remember with D-Fish over macros, whenever you XZ summon and you detach, or if the actual XC monster dies, the actual material still goes to the graveyard. So you can still run your Pot of Avarice and all those monsters and still get away with doing it. Next, Soul Release. Can't say enough about this card. Just the quick spot removals. As you can see the effect in the bottom right there. Select 5 monsters from the graveyard. 5 cards, not just monsters. Just 5 cards and remove from play, which is great against Light Storms. Good G if you don't get system down quick enough. Which goes to the next card, system down. Destroys, get gear, pay 1,000 life points. Remove all face of machines and on the field and the graveyard from play. So, again, Twister, it does. And between these two, this really goes upon personal preference. If your opponent already has Royal Decree face up, Dutch Nail can't help you, but Twister can. But Twister's only a face up spell trap card. So if they have macros, Decree, or Light Imprison, Shadow Imprison Mirror, or even Skill Drain, you can use Twister to stop it. It has to be face up versus Dust Tornado. It gets any card, but if that's there, you can't do anything about it. Next one, I'm going to talk to you guys really brief about Rivalry versus Goza. Goza says that you can only control one attribute, so that's light, dark, things like that. Rivalry says that each player can only control one type, which is going to be your spellcaster, fiend, rock monster. So you have to look at your deck. If you have a lot of same attributes, goes. If you have different attributes but same type, run Rivalry. Run Rivalry of the Warlords, because you can't hurt your own deck trying to stop another one. Same thing with Chain Disc versus Chain Destruction. This chain removes everything, all the copies of a card with 2,000 or less attack that's normal summon. You can send them all to the graveyard, and the monster on the field. Yeah, that's only doesn't stop the monster on the field, but Chain Disc if 1,000 or less. Mill to the deck, roll Decree, stops all traps. Trap Stun, depending on the deck you're playing, I like Trap Stun over Decree, just because with Trap Stun you really can control when you want traps to go off. Next, Needle Sealing. Activate when there's one more monster on the field, destroy all face-up monsters, which is great because you can set a Sanguine or set a monster that you need to keep, and your monster still counts towards the 4 that's on the field. So at this point, your opponent only has to have 3 and it destroys all face-up monsters. So your monster's still safe and destroy everything from them. Macros, Shadow, and Light Imprisoned Mirrors. Just because there are still a lot of dark decks out there that still do good. Insectors, Gravekeepers, Dark Rolls. And then you have the light engine of it. You have your Chaos Dragons, your Heretics, your Heroes. So both of them still pretty viable cards. So these are just a quick 25 card ideas. This if you guys don't know what you can side deck, this is just a couple quick ideas of different things that you can do. Jack of Spade 04, and I'm out.